Okay, good morning everyone. So welcome to Practically's previous year question paper discussions. Okay, so for the next 3 days, we are going to discuss about the last 3 years question paper. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the 2020, only the biology discussion will be here. Okay, in the other videos, you can find the other chemistry and everything also, everything else, you can find it there. Okay, so today we'll be discussing the 90 questions which came in 2020. We'll be discussing about those. We'll be learning what was the correct answer, and I'll try to give some discussion also. Although there are 90 questions and we have only 90 minutes for the class, so I'll try to do it a bit fast. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about Practically. Now we are from Practically and we have a lot of courses going on. You can check us our app. Okay, it runs from 6th grade to 12th grade, and you can find a lot of simulations. You can find a lot of videos, etc., which is very interesting, as well as you can learn a lot of things from there as well. And you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, and you can also like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, so the first question, okay, which is here. Okay, the question, I'll read it out and then I'll try to solve it. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding the answer to any question, you can put it in the chat box. Okay, and I'll try to reply to it. Okay, so the transfer section of a plant shows following anatomical features: large number of scattered vascular bundles surrounded by bundle sheath, large conspicuous parenchymatous ground tissue, vascular bundles conjoint and closed, phloem parenchyma absent. Okay, so these are the features. Okay, so these are the features of either monocot root or monocot stem, or dicot root or dicot stem, which are the options. Now the answer is, it cannot be root. Okay, because phloem parenchyma and everything, vascular bundles and everything is not there on root, so no dicotyledonous root and no monocot root. Okay, it can be monocot stem or dicot stem, but the thing is, in dicot stem, okay, the vascular bundles are open, okay, and conjoint. Okay, so here it is said vascular bundles are conjoint and closed. This should be open. That is only possible when it is a monocot stem. So the answer is monocot stem. Okay, next question. I'll be trying to go a bit fast because I only have 90 minutes and I have to solve 90 questions. So it will be around 1 minute per question. Okay, so which of the following would help in prevention of diuresis? Decrease in secretion of renin by JG cells, more water absorption due to under secretion of ADH, reabsorption of Na plus and water from renal tubules to aldosterone, and atrial natriuretic factor causes vasoconstriction. Okay, can anyone answer? Okay, if anyone is there, they can answer, or I'll put the solution to it. See, the thing is, decrease in secretion of renin cells will not prevent diuresis. The increase will. Okay, so this is wrong. More water absorption due to under secretion of ADH. This would not more water, it will be less water. Okay, so this is also wrong. But reabsorption of Na plus or sodium ions, water from renal tubules due to aldosterone, this is the right answer. Atrial natriuretic forces factor causes vasoconstriction, this is also wrong. Okay, so the answer is reabsorption of sodium ions and water from renal tubules. Okay, next, which of the following statements is not correct? Genetically engineered insulin is produced in E. coli. In man, insulin is synthesized as proinsulin. The proinsulin has extra peptide called C-peptide, And functional insulin has A, B chains linked together by hydrogen bonds. Okay, this is not correct. We are trying to find a false statement. Okay, so genetically engineered insulin is produced in E. coli. This is correct. In man, insulin is synthesized as proinsulin. Okay, inactivated insulin or proinsulin. Okay, this is also correct. Okay, the proinsulin has extra peptide called C-peptide. This is also correct. The functional insulin has A, B chains linked together by hydrogen bonds. This is wrong. So the answer is 4. Okay, why? Because it is linked together by disulfide bonds. Okay, so the answer is the functional insulin A and B are chain linked together by hydrogen bonds, which is not correct. So the answer is 4. Okay, next. Embryological support for evolution was disapproved by Oparin, Carl Ernst von Baer, Alfred Wallace, and Charles Darwin. The answer is Carl Ernst von Baer. Okay, why? Because he said, like, it is not proper. Embryological support does not support evolution, because according to some theory, it was given that embryological support in higher animals so shows more evolution than in lower animals. So he disproved that. He said that it was wrong. Okay, so it was Carl Ernst von Baer who disproved it. Okay, so the answer is 2. Next, goblet cells of alimentary canal are modified from. This is a very easy question also, and this is very, like, you don't have to put a lot of thought in it. The answer is directly from the NCERT book. It is there. It is known as the columnar epithelial cells. Okay, this is the cells which form the goblet cells in alimentary canal. Okay, so next, if you have any question, please ask why and everything. If you want to know, if you need some more kind of help or anything, please let me know. Okay, next, the QRS complex in a standard ECG represents repolarization of ventricles, repolarization of auricles, depolarization of auricles, depolarization of ventricles. See, the ECG, okay, is represented by 3 curves. That is the P, QRS and T. This is kind of a complex kind of a curve. There is P, QRS and T, and each of them have different functions, okay, which shows up in ECG. For the P1, it is depolarization of atria. Okay, atria or auricle. Okay, QRS is depolarization of ventricle. Okay, T is repolarization, is reactivation of ventricles. Okay, so QRS is depolarization of ventricles, which is option 4. Okay, I hope you understood it, and if you have any doubts, please let me know in the chat box. Okay, next, In light reaction, plastoquinone facilitates the transfer of electrons from PS1 to ATP, PS2 to site 6F, site B6F to complex to PS1, and PS1 to NADP. This is a very common question which we've discussed also. The answer is PS2 to site B6F complex. This is the right answer, not these three. Okay, plastoquinone facilitates transfer of electrons from PS2 to site B6F complex. Okay, so this is the answer. Next, the products of reaction catalyzed by nitrogenase in root nodules of leguminous plants is or are ammonia and hydrogen, ammonia alone, nitrate alone, ammonia and oxygen. Okay, so this we are talking about nitrogen fixation. Okay, we are talking about nitrogen fixation. So what happens here? A very normal process happens here in the leguminous roots, okay, which can be facilitated by rhizobium. Okay, rhizobium species. Okay, now what happens here? Nitrogenase converts atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia and hydrogen. Okay, so the answer is 1. Okay, not ammonia, not nitrate, not ammonia and oxygen, definitely not. The process nitrogenate, it converts it to nitrogen, ammonia and hydrogen. So the answer is 1. Okay, if you have any doubts, please put it in the chat box. Okay, these are some of my favorite questions which there are in the last year in 2020. It was full of mix and match. Okay, match this, match that. It was full. There are, I guess, around 10 to 15 questions came like this. Okay, and they're very easy to solve also. All you have to do is just match. Just think about it, match, think fast and match. I guess even this year it is possible that these kind of questions might come. Okay, so match the following with respect to meiosis. Now we are talking about meiosis. Okay, in A we have zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and diakinases, and these are the functions whatever is happening: terminalization, chiasmata, crossing over and synapses. So we'll try to match zygotin helps in synapses. Okay, pachytin helps in crossing over. Okay, diplotin causes chiasmata. Finally, diakinases causes terminalization. Okay, so let's see. A4. Okay, 3. Done. First option. Okay, A4, we'll try to match it. B3 crossing over, right. C2 chiasmata, done. And D1 diakinases, terminalization. Okay, then we know if we match it, okay, if we match all 4 of them, we know that all the answer is correct. Okay, so the answer is 3. Next, okay, again another one. Okay, this is about, okay, we are talking here about the different kinds of species. Okay, 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits, heterocircle caudal fin, air bladder, poison sting. Okay, first is my favorite one. I'll try to match. Okay, from the bottom, poison sting is trigon. Okay, now what else is there? Let's see. Air bladder. Air bladder is there in osteichthyes. Okay, Heterocircle caudal fin, that is only present in chondrichthyes. 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits, cyclostomes. Okay, so let's see. D1, D1, D1. Okay, we have 2 and 4. What else is there? C4, C4, C4. Okay, option 2. Okay, because D1, C4, B3, B3 and A2. Okay, so the answer is option 2. Okay, next. Okay, which is the more important site of formation of glycoproteins and glycolipids in eukaryotic cells? Okay, we'll consider it one by one. We'll try to consider it. Okay. Polysomes, no, it does not produce, it is used for some other purpose. Polysomes is basically, it works in translation. Okay. Endoplasmic reticulum, this also does not produce glycoproteins and glycolipids. Endoplasmic is for post-translational modification of proteins or peptides. Peroxisomes are not also there. Peroxisomes, basically they store peroxides. So answer is Golgi bodies. Okay, answer 4. These are the ones. Okay, they produce glycoproteins and glycolipids. Okay, so the answer is 4, Golgi bodies. Again, if you have any doubts, please let me know and I'll try to answer it. Anyway, we are solving question. Okay, next one. Let's see. Just a second. Okay. So, Bacillus thuringiensis, Thermus aquaticus, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and Salmonella typhimurium. Okay, this is, we are watching it for biotechnology. What are these are kinds of vectors, or they are used, their chemicals are used for different purposes, and we'll see. Okay, so Bacillus thuringiensis, the first one, that is cryproteins. They have cryproteins which help in eradicating the pests. Thermus aquaticus, very easy. It is used in PCR, has DNA polymerase. PCR, this is used as pest resistant gene. Okay, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, cloning vector. Okay, they are also used as pest resistance. Salmonella typhimurium, that was used in construction of first DNA. Okay, let's see. A4, this one. The option 3. Okay, by A4, B3, okay, right. C1, right. D2, right. Okay, so the answer is option 3. Let's see. Next, experimental verification of chromosomal theory of inheritance. Just note it, it's not independent segregation or anything. It was chromosomal theory of inheritance, was done by Morgan, Mendel, Sutton and Boveri. This is Morgan, because Morgan gave chromosomal theory of inheritance. Okay, Mendel, he gave independent segregation when it comes to chromosomal inheritance and all. Sutton and Boveri, they just gave that chromosomes are a part of genetic material. That is what they said. Sutton and Boveri, they proved that chromosomes carry genetic material. Okay, so the answer is Morgan. Okay, next, another one. Okay, so this is about, we are talking about different kinds of compounds and what it is used for. Okay, so the first is inhibitor of catalytic activity, possesses peptide bonds, cell wall material in fungi, secondary metabolite. Okay, one of the first things you can see, cell wall material in fungi, that is chitin. Okay, that is one of my favorite things. So I'll put this C3. Okay, now C3 is there in one option only. So I guess it is 2. Let's see. A2. Okay, inhibitor of catalytic activity, that is malonate. Okay, you can see it in respiration and everything, all those cycles, you can see it. Possesses peptide bonds, collagen, of course, one of the biggest bonds. Okay, you can see one of the biggest compounds, it is collagen. And finally, secondary metabolite is ricin. Okay, so the answer is 2. See, this is the trick you have to use if you know something which you know is absolutely right. Like how I knew, absolutely right, I knew that cell wall material in fungi is chitin. There is no other option. Okay, so I just check if there are any options regarding it, and if there is one, then you know that that is the right answer. Then of course, if there are two, like 1 or 2 other options which has the same answer, then again you go from the back and start chasing the next answers, next probable answers. Okay, that is how you have to do, and it will be faster also. Okay, next, bilaterally symmetrical and acylomate animals are exemplified by Annelida, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, and Achelminthes. Okay, so now I will say the different things. We have to suppose it has to be bilaterally symmetrical also, and it has to be acylomate also. Now, Annelida, I think it is pseudocylomate. So it's not acylomate. Okay. Oh, sorry. Annelida is coelomate. Only coelomate. 1 second. Okay, Annelida is coelomate. Okay, Ctenophora is radially symmetrical. It's not bilaterally symmetrical, it's radially symmetrical. Platyhelminthes is bilateral and acylomate. Achelminthes is pseudocylomate. So the answer is Platyhelminthes. Okay, because it is both bilateral and acylomate. So the answer is 3. Okay, so if you have any other questions, please put it in the chat box. I'll keep checking it. Okay, let me check. Okay, till now nothing. So we'll move on. Okay, so second, okay, Floridian starch has structure similar to laminarin and cellulose. Starch and cellulose, amylopectin and glycogen, mannitol and algin. Floridian starch is one thing which is present in red algae, and the structure is very similar to amylopectin and glycogen. Directly it is given from the NCERT book. You can find it out. Present in red algae, which has phycoerythrin, okay, and it is similar to amylopectin and glycogen. Okay, next, identify the correct statement with regard to G1 phase or gap1 phase of interphase. Nuclear division takes place. No, nuclear division does not take. Okay, nuclear division takes place in M. Okay, DNA synthesis or replication takes place. No, that happens in S. Reorganization of cell components takes place. No, that happens in karyokinesis. Okay, cell is metabolically active, grows, but does not replicate in DNA. Okay, this is the correct answer. It is metabolically active because all kinds of proteins, cell organelles, enzymes, these are all synthesized in G1, but no DNA is not synthesized during this phase. So, the cell is metabolically active but does not grow, does not replicate its DNA. Okay, next. The head of cockroach is removed. If the head of cockroach is removed, it may live for few days. Why? Does anyone know here? Okay, anyone knows? Can anyone tell me why? Okay, let's read the options. The head holds 1/3 of nervous system while the rest is suited along the dorsal part of the body. The supraesophageal ganglia of the cockroach are situated in ventral part of abdomen. Cockroach does not have a nervous system. That is totally not true. The head holds a small proportion of nervous system while it rests, while the rest is situated along the ventral part of the body. This is the correct option. See, head holds 1/3 of nervous system while rest is situated along the dorsal part is not right because it is in the ventral part. Okay, supraesophageal ganglia of cockroach are situated in the ventral part of the, that is also not correct. Okay, cockroach does not have a nervous system. This is definitely not correct. So the answer is the head holds a small proportion of nervous system while the rest is situated along the ventral part of the body. Okay, enzyme enterokinase helps in the conversion of pepsinogen to pepsin, protein to polypeptides, trypsinogen to trypsin, casinogen to casein. The answer is trypsinogen to trypsin, which happens in the intestines. Okay, so this is what happens in the intestines, and the trypsinogen is converted into trypsin. Okay, and with regards to that, a lot of other things also happen. There's digestion of food, etc. Okay, and it happens in the intestine. Okay, next, another one. Okay, match the following columns and select the first. This is about the ears. Okay, these is human ears. We are discussing about that. Okay, organ of Corti, cochlea, eustachian tube, stapes. Okay, my favorite here is the eustachian tube, which connects the, for sure I know that eustachian tube connects the middle ear and pharynx. Let's see. C1. Okay, there can be two options. As you can see, if there is 2 also, there is 4 also. So, eustachian. Now, next, I know about cochlea. Cochlea is the coil part of the labyrinth. It's a round kind of a structure. It's present in the labyrinth. So, B2, that is 4. Okay, C1, B2. Now, organ of Corti, that is definitely present in the basilar membrane, and stapes attached to the oval window. So the answer is pore. Okay, that is how it is done. You know, for sure, I know eustachian membrane connects the middle ear and pharynx. Okay, then I saw there are two options which has the same answer. Now, for sure, I knew that cochlea is a coiled part of the labyrinth. When I matched those, I saw that fourth option is correct and I put it there. That is how you have to solve the answers. Next, identify the wrong statement with reference to transport of oxygen. Okay, let's see. Low PCO2 in alveoli favors the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Binding of oxygen with hemoglobin is mainly related to partial pressure of O2. Partial pressure of CO2 can interfere with O2 with hemoglobin. High hydrogen concentration in alveoli favors the formation of oxyhemoglobin. This is the correct answer. Okay, because high hydrogen oxygen in alveoli favors does not favor. It is the lower. Okay, the lower the hydrogen ion in alveoli, more is the chances to form the oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin requires low hydrogen ions. Okay, so answer is lower and this is a wrong statement. So answer is 4. Okay, in water hyacinth and water lily, pollination takes place by insects and water, insects or wind. Water currents only, wind and water is wrong. Okay, water currents only is also wrong. Insects and water, no. Answer is insects or wind. These are true plants. Okay, these are not pteridophytes or bryophytes or anything. So the answer is pollination occurs by insects or winds. Only in bryophytes and pteridophytes you can see pollination happens with the help of water. But since it is water hyacinth and water lily, it happens only with insects and wind. Okay, so next, BT cotton variety was developed by the introduction of toxin gene of Bacillus thuringiensis. BT is resistant to very easy insect pests. Okay, not plant nematodes. That was RNA interferences. RNAi, not fungal diseases. No, it was basically for small caterpillars or locusts or things like that. Okay, so the answer is insects, pests, such as caterpillars. Okay, answer is 2. Select the correct statement. Insulin is associated with hyperglycemia. No, that is wrong. Okay, glucocorticoids stimulate gluconeogenesis. Okay, that might be correct. We'll come back to it again. Glucagon is associated with hypoglycemia. This will be hyperglycemia. This will be hypoglycemia. Okay, and insulin acts on pancreatic cells and adipocytes. No. Adipocytes and hepatocytes. Okay, so all 3 of them is wrong. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So the correct answer is 2. Okay, insulin is associated with hypoglycemia, glucagon is associated with hypoglycemia, and insulin acts on hepatocytes and adipocytes. Okay, next. Identify the most basic amino acid from the following: valine, tyrosine, glutamic acid, lysine. Okay, anyone? Can anyone answer? Okay, the answer is lysine. That is the most basic amino acid. You can find it in the chapter biomolecules. Okay, there you can see that lysine is the most basic amino acid which is found. Okay, next, flippers of penguins and dolphins are examples of natural selection, adaptive radiation, convergent evolution, industrial melanism. Anyone? Can anyone answer? Okay, the answer is convergent evolution. Okay, it is not adaptive radiation. Natural selection for sure not, because there is no competition in this kind of scenario. It is just the evolution of the penguins and the dolphins so that they get to swim properly and all. So it is not natural selection. Adaptive radiation is also not there. Adaptive radiation and natural selection are quite similar kind of a thing. That is also not there. The answer is convergent evolution, so that they can swim. Okay, basically in cold water or something, they can swim. So that is why this is an example of convergent evolution. Okay, how much time do we have? We don't have a lot of time. Let's go. Okay. From his experiment, S.L. Miller produced amino acids by mixing the following in a closed flask: CH3H2NH3, CH4H2NH3, CH3H2NH4, CH4H2NH3. This is very confusing. Even I got confused when I saw the question paper. The answer is CH4H2NH3. Okay, methane, hydrogen, and ammonia. Okay, so this is the correct answer by which we produced amino acids in a closed flask. Okay, next. The specific palindromic sequence which is recognized by EcoR1 is, okay, so here you can see, basically you can see that it is palindromic sequence. Even if you don't know what it is, okay, you can see that it will be palindromic in nature. Okay, here GG80CC, GG80CC. Okay, this can be palindromic. GAATTC, now CPTAAG. This is also palindromic. This is not palindromic. Even this is not palindromic. Okay. The answer is answer 2, GAATTC. This is the answer where EcoR1 is recognized. Sorry, R1 recognizes. Okay, next. Secondary metabolites such as nicotine, strychnine, and caffeine are produced by plants for their effect of reproduction. No, basically it is used so that preys do not attack them. Okay, this nicotine, caffeine, they produce a characteristic smell or characteristic taste which the predators, they do not like the taste. Okay, it is distasteful for them. So it is basically used for defense action against predators. Okay, so the answer is 4, defense action. Next. Okay, presence of which of the following conditions in urine are indicative of diabetes mellitus? Now, diabetes mellitus is type 1. Diabetes mellitus is basically we called high sugar. Okay. And this means there will be sugars, glyco kind of glyco remnants in urine. Okay, So renal calculi and hyperglycemia, no. Uremia and ketonuria, no. Uremia and renal calculi, no. It is ketonuria and glycosuria. This is the answer. Okay, type 1. So the answer is 4. Okay, next. Which of the following statements are true for phylum Chordata? Okay. In Urochordata, notochord extends from head to tail and it is present throughout their life. No, it is only in the embryonic stage. This is wrong. Okay, only embryonic stage it is present. Invertebrata notochord is present during their embryonic. Okay, only notochord. After that, it becomes a vertebral column after the embryonic period. This is right. Central nervous system is dorsal and hollow. This is also right. It is hollow and dorsal. It has got a lot of Now, chordata is divided into 3 subphyla: hemichordata, tunicata, and cephalochordata. No, it is divided into 2. Okay, hemichordata is not a type of chordata. It is not a type of chordata. Okay, it is prechordata, so that is not there. So this is wrong. So the answer is B and C, that is 1. Okay, next, cuboidal epithelium with brush border of microvilli is present, and microvilli is basically just present in the kidney. Mostly microvilli cells is found in kidney. So eustachian tube, no. Lining of intestine cells, no. Ducts of salivary glands, definitely no. Proximal convoluted tubule of nephron, that is the answer. Okay. Okay. Next, match the following columns and select the correct option. This is about the microbes and whatever they produce. Okay, whatever they help producing. Okay, so the options are Clostridium botulicum and Trichoderma polycerium and Monascus purpureus and Aspergillus niger. As I said, what I like to do is I just know for sure which is there, for sure what is there, what is the one of the for sure matches, and then after that I try to choose something. See, I know that Aspergillus niger is for sure used in the production of citric acid. So D3, there is 3 and 4. Okay. Okay, Sarita, Kanchala, okay. Whatever you can't understand, please let me know what you can't understand, and accordingly I will try to help you out. This we are just discussing about the previous year question paper in 2020, whatever the question paper came, we are discussing about that only. And if you can't understand, please let us know you can't, whatever you can't understand, and we'll try to help you out. Okay. Now, as I said, Aspergillus niger helps in production of citric acid. Clostridium botulicum helps in production of butyric acid. Okay, so A2. So this is there 2. So the option might be 3. Let's see. E1, Trichoderma, that helps in cyclosporin, sure, and Monascus purpureus helps in blood cholesterol lowering agent. So the answer is 3. Okay, so this is the answer. Next, which of the following is correct about viroids? Viroids are the genetic material, mostly RNA, without any capsid or any coating. Okay, So they have free DNA without protein coat? No, they are RNA. They have RNA with protein coat? No. They have free RNA without protein coat. This is the correct answer. We have DNA with protein coat? No. So the answer is 3. So these are RNA without any coating of protein. Okay. Okay. The body of ovule is fused within the funicle at, okay. Now what, Sarita, whatever you can't understand, please let us know what you can't understand, which question or what you can't understand. You let us know and then we'll try to help you. This is whatever we are discussing is about NEET questions. So if you have any doubts, let us know. Okay. So the body of ovule is fused within funicle at chalaza, hilum, micropyle, and nucellus. This we are discussing about flowers, reproduction in plants. Okay, basically inside flowers. So the body of ovule is fused within funicle at, the answer is hilum. Okay, not the chalaza or micropyle or nucellus. This is the hilum. Okay, it is the ovule is attached, okay, in the placenta, which is called hilum. Okay, next. Okay, the oxygenation activity of Rubisco enzyme in photorespiration leads to the formation of one molecule of 4C compound and one molecule of 2C compound. Okay, 2 molecules of 3C compound, 1 molecule of 3C compound, 1 molecule of 6C compound. The answer is 1 molecule of 3 carbon compound. Okay, so what happens during respiration? There is a formation of 3 phosphoglyceric acid. Okay, so this is what is formed. There is another 2 carbon compound also, but mainly a 3 carbon compound of 1 molecule of 3 carbon compound, which is 3 phosphoglyceric acid. This is produced. So the answer is 3. Next, okay, another one. Okay, as I said, there are around 10 to 15 questions of match the following. So I feel like this year also it can come like that. Okay, so this is about the parts of RBCs. Okay, now eosinophil, basophil, neutrophil, lymphocyte and their functions. Okay, first of all, I know for sure neutrophils help in phagocytosis. Okay, C2, there can be 2 or 3. Now another thing which I can help is, okay, lymphocytes. Okay, they work for immune response. Okay, C3 and D2, sorry, D1. Let's see, C3, sorry, C2 and D1. Okay, so the answer is 2. Okay, so eosinophils release histamines and destructive enzymes, and basophils release granules during histamine. So for sure, I know neutrophils and phagocytosis, lymphocytes and immune response. I matched the rest of the 2 and I found that the answer is 2. Okay. Next, which of the following hormone levels will cause release of ovum or ovulation from Graafian follicle? This is reproduction. Okay, low concentration of FSH, no. Follicle stimulating hormone, no. This is high concentration of FSH is required. Higher concentration of estrogen, this is right. High concentration of progesterone, no. We need low concentration of progesterone. Okay, and low concentration of luteinizing hormone, no. We need higher concentration of luteinizing hormone. So the answer is 2. The high concentration of estrogen. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Okay. Now, the correct events that occur during inspiration. This is about inspiration or breathing. Okay, contraction of diaphragm, contraction of external intercostal muscles, pulmonary volume decrease, and intrapulmonary pressure increases. Can anybody tell me? Okay, so the contraction of diaphragm is there. Okay, when we breathe, there is a contraction in the diaphragm. Contraction of external intercostal muscles, whatever we have here, there is a contraction in that place also. Okay, so A and B is right. Okay, let's see. Pulmonary volume decreases. This is wrong. The pulmonary volume increases when we expire. Intrapulmonary pressure decreases. No, that actually it decreases. So the answer is 2, A and B. Okay. See how fast we are going. Okay, we have around half an hour. Let's try to finish it off. In which of the following techniques the embryos are transferred to assist those females who cannot conceive? This we are discussing about infertility. Okay, so GIFT and ISCI, this is the correct answer, ZIFT and IUT. Okay, this is zygote intrafallopian transfer and intrauterine transfer. When there is a block in the fallopian tube, what they do, they take the egg out and directly put it into the, like, it is directly inserted, okay, with the help of laparoscopy. Instead of going through the fallopian tube when it is blocked, they take it out and they directly in situ they do it. Okay, and IUT is intrauterine. With the help of the uterine transfer, they do it. Intrauterine transfer. Okay, these are both for embryos they do. So the answer is 2. Okay. Next, the infectious stage of Plasmodium that enters in the human body is sporozoites. No other things. We have to remember that it is the sporozoites which, okay, enter into the liver and reproduce there. Or multiply. Okay, next, another one. Okay, this is about, we are talking here about the reproductive organs. Okay, so placenta, okay, androgens, placenta, zona pellucida, bulbourethral glands, and Leydig cells. Okay, then there is androgens, HCG, layer of ovum, lubrication of penis. For sure, I know zona pellucida is a layer of ovum. Okay, so as I said, Zona pellucida is a layer of ovum. Okay. Placenta produces human chronic gonadotropic hormone. Okay. Now, Leydig cells, they produce androgens, and bulbourethral glands produce the mucus for lubrication of penis. So, let's see. A3, A3. Okay. So, the answer is, sorry, A2. So, the answer is 1. Placenta, C. Okay. So, the answer is 1. B3, okay, C4, and D1. The answer is 1. Okay, next. Select the correct match. This is about the alleles and the traits related to it. Thalassemia is X-linked. I don't think so. Thalassemia is an autosomal recessive trait. It's not linked. Okay, so this is wrong. Hemophilia is Y-linked. Actually, hemophilia is X-linked. So this is also wrong. Phenylketonuria is autosomal dominant trait. That is also wrong because it is a recessive trait. So the answer is sickle cell anemia, which is an autosomal recessive trait on the chromosome 11. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, next. Which of the following statements is correct? Adenine does not pair with thymine. Adenine pairs with thymine through 2 H bonds, through 1 H bond, through it. See, we know this. Very easy it is about the DNA, the phosphodiester bonds and everything. A, T, C, G. So, 2 hydrogen bonds. Adenine pairs with thymine through 2 hydrogen bonds. Answer is 2. Okay, next. Which of the following is the most abundant protein in animals? This is the most common, easiest answer. That is collagen, not these 3. Okay, you can just close your eyes and write collagen, which is the most abundant protein in animals. Which of the following pairs is unicellular algae? Okay, chlorella and spirulina. Wherever you see spirulina, it is always unicellular. Okay, chlorella and spirulina, these are the basic algae examples. That is why we always keep saying that you have to learn the examples, because it is very important to learn the examples. Then only we will be able to answer these questions. So the answer is chlorella and spirulina. Okay, these are not correct. So the answer is 1. Next, the part of which consists 2 generations, one with another. Okay, so we have to see 2 generations haploid diploid like that. Okay, pollen grains inside of anther. Okay, pollen grains inside of anther that lives with each other. I think that is correct. Okay, germinated pollen grain with 2 male gametes. These are not 2 generations, these are 1 generation. This is not correct. Seed inside fruit, no, same generation. Okay, embryo sac inside ovule. This is also correct. Okay, so the answer is 1, A and D. Next, identify the incorrect statement. Okay, due to the deposition of tannins, resins, oils, etc., heartwood is dark in color. This is right. Heartwood does not conduct water but gives mechanical support. Okay. Sapwood is involved in conduction of water and minerals from root to leaf. Sapwood is the innermost, okay, innermost secondary xylem and lighter in color. This is wrong. It is outermost. okay, outermost secondary xylem and is lighter in color. Okay, so this is the answer. This 4. Okay. Next, by which method was a new breed Hyssadale of sheep found by using Bicanary ewes and Merino rams? This is a kind of crossbreeding, okay, where different kinds of sheep, Bicanary ewes and Merino rams, were crossbred. These are two different breeds, okay, they were crossbred to produce Sardale. Okay, so the answer is 4, crossbreeding. Okay, so next, some dividing cells exit the cell cycle and enter vegetative inactive state. Okay, that state is actually known as G0. And what happens this process occurs at the end of what? So it goes like this. This is actually a bit problematic question which was given in the last year. Okay, it goes like this. Okay, G1, S, G2, and then M. Okay, so G1, S, G2, M. Okay, now this has a prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Okay, so what happens is during this G1, so after some time it can go into a G0 phase. Okay, so it can happen, you can write M phase also and you can write G1 phase also. Both 2 and 3 can be correct because it happens after M and it can happen after G1 also directly. So both 2 and 3 can be correct. Okay, identify the correct statement with reference to human digestive system. Okay, vermiform appendix rises from duodenum. No, vermiform appendix rises from cecum. Okay, ileum opens into small intestine. I don't think so. Ileum opens into the large intestine. Okay, not the small intestine. Serosa is the innermost layer of alimentary canal. It is the outermost actually. Ileum is a highly coiled part, that's right. Okay, so the answer is 4. Next, which of the following refer to the correct examples of organisms which have evolved due to changes in the environment brought by anthropogenic action? Okay, anthropogenic action. Darwin's finches of Galapagos Island was not anthropogenic. It was almost natural selection. Okay, this was almost natural selection. So this was not anthropogenic action. Herbicide resistant weeds, this was right. Drug resistant eukaryotes, this is also right. And man created breeds of domesticated animals like dogs, this is also right. So the answer is B, C, and D, 4. Okay. Okay, we have to go a bit faster. Okay, so this is about the glands and whatever the like deficiency of it has caused. Pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas. Okay, pancreas causes diabetes mellitus. For sure, I know this for sure. Okay, now thyroid gland causes Graves' disease. So what can be there? D2, D2, second option. Okay. 1 second. Diabetes mellitus, B2. Okay. B3. Okay, no, sorry, not this one. Okay, this one was D2. Okay. Pituitary gland is diabetes insipidus and adrenal gland is Addison's disease. So the answer is 4. Okay, I tend to get a little confused when it comes to this. So I know pancreas causes diabetes mellitus, and then thyroid glands deficiency of it causes Graves' disease. Pituitary gland causes diabetes insipidus, and adrenal gland causes Addison's disease. Next, select the option including all sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, let's see. AIDS, sexually transmitted disease. Syphilis, sexually transmitted disease. Cancer, not. Gonorrhea, yes. Syphilis, yes. Genital herpes, okay. All 3. Gonorrhea, yes. Malaria, no. Genital herpes, okay. AIDS, yes. Malaria, no. Filaria, no. So the answer is 2. All 3 of them are STDs. Next, the number of substrate photophosphorylations in one turn of citric acid cycle is definitely 1. Why? Because what happens is succinyl CoA, okay, due to the presence of succinyl CoA synthetase, okay, forms only one molecule of succinate. Okay, so the answer is 1. Okay. Okay, next. Montreal Protocol was signed in 1987 for the control of, this is very easy, emission of ozone depleting substances. They knew that the ozone layer was depleting due to the process of presence of CFCs, etc., chlorofluorocarbons, etc. So the Montreal Protocol was signed for that. Okay, next. Okay, essential elements and their functions in plants. Okay, let's see. Iron is required for chlorophyll biosynthesis. Okay, zinc is required for indole acetic acid biosynthesis. Okay, boron is required for pollen germination, and manganese is required for photolysis of water. Okay, so let's see. A3. Okay, answer is 4. Let's match B4, C2 and D1. Another one. Okay, too many things. Okay, gregarious and polyphagous pest. This is Locusta. Okay, adult with radial symmetry and larva with bilateral symmetry. Okay. This can be Asterias. Book lungs, definitely scorpion. Tenoplana, definitely bioluminescence. Okay. A4, this one. Okay. B2, B1, C2 and B3. Okay. Answer is correct. Next, according to Robert May, the global diversity species is 7 million. This is a very, because there are around 7 to 8 million species. That is what Robert May said. 7 to 8 million species, out of which only 1.7 to 1.8 million species have been reported. Okay, next. Okay, ray florets have half inferior ovary, superior ovary, hypogynous ovary. Okay, we have inferior ovary. Okay, they are florets in nature, so they are inferior ovary. Next. Okay, so if the distance between two consecutive base pairs of 0.34 nanometers and the total number of base pairs DNA double helix in a typical mammalian is 6.6, then the length of DNA is actually distance between two consecutive base pairs into total number of base pairs. Okay, so the is 0.34 nanometers into 6.6 into 10 to the power 9 base pairs. Okay, so the answer will be 2.244 meters. Okay, so the answer is 4. This is a numerical. Okay, another one. BT cotton, ADA, RNAi infection, PCR. Very easy. BT cotton is Bacillus thuringiensis. ADA is rectified with the help of gene therapy. RNAi, okay, is used for cellular defense, and PCR is used for HIV detection. So A4, answer is 2. Okay, next, another one. Oh my god, how many are there? Match the followings. Okay, first trophic level will always be the producer, which is grass. Second is the primary consumer, rabbit. Third will be crow, and fourth will be vulture. Okay, first grass, C4, answer is 2. Next, oh my god, so many of them are there. Typhoid will be Salmonella typhimurium. Okay, pneumonia will be Haemophilus, Streptococcus hemophilia or Streptococcus pneumonia. Okay, filariasis will be Wuchereria, and malaria will be Plasmodium. So A3. Okay, the roots that originate from the base of the stem are fibrous roots. Any kind of adventitious roots, okay, these are adventitious in nature. Okay, they come from any part of the body. These are fibrous roots. Meiotic division of the secondary oocyte is completed at the time of fusion of sperm with an ovum, prior to ovulation, at the time of copulation, at the time of zygote formation. Anyone can say, or the answer is the time of fusion of sperm with an ovum. This is the answer. I have to go a bit fast because I have some questions left and I have to finish it off. Identify the wrong statement with regard to restriction enzymes. Sticky ends can be joined with the help of DNA ligases. No, this is wrong, because sticky ends, when there are sticky ends, okay, ligase cannot join it. Okay, so this is the answer, I guess. Each restriction enzyme functions by inspecting the length of DNA sequence. This is correct. They cut at DNA at palindromic sites. Okay. They're useful for genetic engineering. True. So the answer is 1. Okay. In relationship to gross primary productivity and net primary productivity of an ecosystem, which one of the following is correct? See, the thing is gross primary productivity minus R is always net primary productivity. So gross primary productivity is always more than net primary productivity. Answer is 3. Okay. The process of growth is maximum during, see, this is the growth curve, sigmoid curve. It goes log phase, lag phase, log phase, dormancy or stationary, then death. So this is lag, this is log, this is stationary, this is death. So the answer here, you can see the maximum growth. Answer is log phase. Okay, the sequence that controls the copy number of linked DNA in vector is termed as ORI site. Okay. Name the enzyme that facilitates opening of DNA helix during transcription. The answer is RNA polymerase, which facilitates it. DNA ligase just attaches, okay, or links DNA. Okay, DNA helicase opens during replication. Polymerase, this also works during replication. So the answer is RNA polymerase. Snow blindness in Antarctic region is caused due to the inflammation of cornea. Okay, it's the only probable solution. Inflammation of cornea due to high, they have a lot of UV radiation because there's no proper temperature and the covering is not proper. So inflammation of cornea due to high dose of UVB radiation. Strobili or cones are found. They're not found in Salvinia, Teres or Marfantia. It's found in Chrysanthemum. Okay, they are gymnospermic. Okay. Okay, another one. Floating ribs, acromonian scapula, and glenoid activity. Okay, floating ribs does not connect to the sternum, A4. Okay, so probably the answer is 1. Let's see. 3. Okay, acromonian. Okay, acromonian. Clavicle. Scapula is located. Okay, scapula is located between the 2nd and the 7th ribs, and glenoid activity, head of the humerus. Which of the following is put into an anaerobic sludge digester for further switch treatment? This is activated sludge. This is directly comes from the NCERT book. The answer is activated sludge. Next, identify the wrong statement with reference to gene I that controls ABO blood groups. Allele I does not produce any sugar. Correct. IA and IB are present together. They express same type of sugar. This is wrong because this process produces the sugar or the antigen A, and this produces the sugar or the antigen B. So they are different, not the same type of sugar. They are different types of sugar. So the answer is 4. The ovary is half inferior in plum, not brinjal or mustard or sunflower. The ovary is half inferior in plum. The first phase of translation, recognition of anticodon, binding of mRNA to ribosome, recognition of DNA molecule. The answer is amino acylation. This is the first step when it comes, that complex that it is formed. Okay. The first thing which is formed is the amino acylation of the RNA, tRNA. In gel electrophoresis, separated DNA fragments can be visualized with the help of ETBR in infrared radiation. No, not. You don't require infrared. Okay, acetocarmine, bright blue light. No. ETBR in UV radiation. This is correct. Okay, acetocarmine in UV radiation. No. This ETBR in UV. Okay, UV chamber or UV light. This is the answer. Okay, dissolution of synaptonymal complex occurs during leptotene, pachytene, zygotene, diplotene. Okay, during prophase 1. Okay, identify the substances which has glycosidic bond and peptide bond. See, first thing, inulin has beta glycosidic bond. Okay, and insulin definitely has, it is proteinaceous in nature, so it has a peptide bond. So the answer is 1. I have to go fast because I have to finish it off. Okay, now name the plant growth regulator upon which spraying of sugarcane crop increases the length of the stem. Okay, whenever we are trying to increase the length of the stem, okay, so the answer will be gibberellin. This is for fruits. This is not for stem. This is for other parts, not even abscisic acid. Okay, the answer is gibberellin. Which of the following statements about inclusion bodies is correct? Okay, they represent reserve material and cytoplasm. No, that is not their job. Okay, sorry, incorrect. Okay. Reserve preserve material in cytoplasm. They are not bound by any membrane. That is not, they don't have any membrane. They are involved in ingestion of food particles. No, that is the job of lysosomes. Okay, so the answer is 3. They lie free in cytoplasm because they are not bounded by anything. Answer is 3. Which of the following regions of globe exhibits highest species diversity? It will always be Amazon rainforests or Amazon forests. Okay, how many true breeding plant varieties did Mendel select as pair? Mendel selected 14. Okay, he always selected 14, not 8, 4 or 2. He selected 14 for the independent segregation thing. Okay. Identify the wrong statement with reference to immunity. Fetus receives some antibodies from mother. It is an example of passive immunity, IgG and IgA, sometimes IgM also. When exposed to antigen, living or dead, antibodies produce in its host's body. It's called active immunity. Okay. When ready-made antibodies are given directly, it is called passive immunity. Exactly. Active immunity is quick and gives full response. No, although active immunity is quick, it gives it is not full response. It is momentary in nature. Okay, it's not a full response. So this is not correct. Okay, so the answer is 4. Which of the following is not an attribute of population? Species interaction, sex ratio, natality, mortality. Okay, sex ratio is there. Okay, female versus male. Natality, the birth. Mortality is death. Species interaction does not depend on the population. Okay, so the answer is 1. Choose the correct pair from the following. Exonuclease makes cut at specific positions within DNA. No. Okay, what exonuclease does is it cuts the phosphodiester bonds and all. Ligases join DNA molecules. This is correct. Polymerase break the DNA fragments. No. Okay. They are used in production of new strands. Nucleases also separate two DNA strands. No. This is also wrong. So the answer is ligases. They join the DNA molecules. Okay. The process responsible for facilitating loss of water in liquid form from tip of grass blades at night and in the morning, early morning, is actually, this process is called guttation. Okay, where the water, okay, responsible loss of water, like it happens due to root pressure. Okay, what happens? The water comes out and it falls in the blades of grass, etc. Okay, this happens due to root pressure. Okay, or plasmolysis, transpiration, it happens due to root pressure. Okay, which of the following is not an inhibitory substance governing seed dormancy? Para-ascorbic acid, gibberellic acid, abscisic acid. Just now something similar was there. The answer is gibberellic acid. Okay, which does not, it helps in the formation, it does not help in dormancy or any kind, it helps in the growth. Okay, so the answer is gibberellic acid. Okay, so this is what we discussed. These were all the questions, okay, which were there in the 2020 question paper. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, we'll be discussing about the 2019 and the 2018 paper. Okay, I hope you liked our session, and if you like it, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends to do it as well. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.